Okay, fabulous. So everybody can hear okay? Good to go? So nice to see your shiny faces. I'm super pumped. I know that some of you get on the team call later at our 9 o'clock. So just make sure, I'm going to mute everybody. Just make sure that you watch the recording because we are going over a ton of stuff and we're going over our new coach training. So I want to make sure that you know what's going on. And it's very similar to what we're already doing with coach training. It's basically just simplifying it, but it's just really important. So I want to make sure that you are getting all the information that's happening on the team call. So if you're not going to be on it, make sure you watch the recording tomorrow. I know sometimes Mondays get busy, but it's really important. So let's talk about Fast Track. First of all, Yvonne and Cassie, hello. This is your first team call ever. Get excited. What I want to talk to you today about is what's called Fast Track. So we all are on that post summit high, whether you went or you didn't go. You saw the post and you're like, what did I miss? I don't want to miss out on this energy. But the point of the matter is we're halfway through the year. And Beachbody New Year is right after Summit because you have from next Summit to kind of get where you want to go. And I love to use Summit as a marker because it's in the middle of the year. You don't have the pressure of the new year of January. But you get to say, okay, where am I going to be next Summit? I do not want to be in the same place I am. So whether you are brand spanking new or you are a diamond or you're a star diamond, you want to think, where do I want to be Summit 2018? Because that's a great marker to say, did I do anything with my business? Did I move forward? Did I move backwards? Even if you're the same rank, so to speak, are you stronger? Are you more stable? Are you having a foundation? Did you do something over the last 12 months? So that's what I want you to think about. And Summit is in 10 months and 28 days. Not that I'm counting, but when I registered, it had that sweet little countdown. I was like, we have less than a year. So the Fast Track is just a way for us to get in a smaller group of people that really want to use this as a business and treat it like a business. Now we have all sorts of coaches and I'm totally on board with that. Like some people just want to coach here and there, little hobby. Sometimes I sell to my friends and family if they want to jump on board. If they don't, that's cool too. But Fast Track is for people who want this to be a business. You want this to produce income for you. You want to treat this like it's an actual job, but you're struggling. Either you're struggling with accountability, motivation, you're stuck, you just don't quite know where to go, or you feel like I do really good for like a day and then life gets busy and I lose focus and I lose track. I get it. I have been there. I have gone through it 1,000 times and I know exactly where you are. I struggle with it too. It's not a cakewalk. I have to literally, Laura will tell you, we talk every day about the struggles with motivation and staying accountable. And that's why I want to form this group. So it will be 6 weeks long. At the end of the 6 weeks, we'll reevaluate. We'll see how it's going. And then if there's some people that want to continue to surge, I will continue to surge. But I want to put an end cap on it because if we just leave it open-ended, it becomes very easy to quit. So September 3rd is the final day. And the expectations you already have, but I'm going to pull up a screen so we can look at them together. But the purpose is that I need you to want to move forward from where you are today. It doesn't matter where you are. I don't care what rank you are. I don't care how many Success Club points you have for July. I do not care at all. All I care about is that from now, 6 weeks later, you want to see massive growth. And that just means that you are willing to invite every day. You're willing to make yourself get Success Club 10, and that means 5 people. So helping 5 people, which is not that many, and that can be coaches, that can be challengers, it can come in any form, but you have to be committed to saying in August you're going to help at least 5. You have to be willing to use a tracker so that we can look back and say, is what you're doing working or not? Because a lot of times, people say, I'm working and nothing's happening. Okay, great. Show me your tracker. And then there's nothing. So if you're not tracking who you're talking to, who you've invited, who you followed up with, the conversations that you've had, you're going to find yourself getting so confused and mumbled and jumbled and not be able to reflect back. I will tell you myself, I was at Success Club 0 after Summit, 0 this whole last week because I've been on vacation, I just haven't been doing what I should be doing. But if I didn't have an entire backlog of my trackers of who I've talked to, who I've had conversations with, I'm back up to Success Club 8 after this week because I was able to hit the ground running and regain momentum. And I'll talk more about that tomorrow. I'll go live in VIP to Hope and Help because we still have a full week left in July. So fast trackers, that being this group right here, I don't care where you are in Success Club right now. I don't care if you're at 0. I want you to push for Success Club 10 this week, because that's the best way to start this group and the best way to prove to yourself that you can do what you set out to do. And that is like the bread and butter of the purpose of this group. There's not very many of us in here. There's 11, so 11 of us. We can focus, we can push each other. We'll be in a message thread through Facebook. So when you have a struggle or an objection or a question or a, hey, this is my post, but I don't know how to word it, put it in the thread, because we'll be able to help each other quickly, push each other. When you are able to sell a challenge pack, or you're able to help somebody start on their journey, or hey, my challenger just lost 15 pounds, or whatever shout outs and positivity you have to, put it in the group, because I will tell you, nothing motivates me to talk to people and invite people more than when I have a challenger who's having ridiculous results, or they're getting off medication, or they're super happy and they've never felt better. Like that puts a fire under me like nothing else. So whatever works for you to get you off your rump, share it in the group, because it will probably work for somebody else. But I need you to push for Success Club 10 by the end of this month. And you've got, what, 8 days? 8 days to get there? That's plenty of time to talk and change 5 people's lives. But it's not going to happen if you just think about it. You honestly have to be about it, and you have to hustle, you have to work. So I'm not saying fast track's going to be easy, but I promise you, if you can prove to yourself that you can be consistent for 6 weeks and that you can do hard things for 6 weeks, you will be massively successful over the next year. I can guarantee that. So I just need you to trust me and trust the process. I need you to commit, because if we have 1 weak link, one person who doesn't show up in the message thread, or who like goes MIA, it's going to pull us all down, because it's going to be like, oh, well, they can't do it. I probably can't do it either. I'm just going to sit over here like they did. But if everybody shows up and you're the only one who hasn't, I guarantee you're going to be motivated to show up. So I want you to think about that every single day. So I'm going to share my screen quickly and show you the expectations. And then I'm going to open it up for questions. Hold on, let me just share my 8,000 things. Don't you worry about my organization. Okay, so expectations. You have this information already, but I want to make sure that you see it clear. If you want to take a screenshot of it so that you have it, and you can look at it every day. Now, the thing you haven't seen yet is every Sunday, we'll do it right before the team call. So we'll do it at 8:45. Unless there's a better time that works for everybody, I can be flexible. I don't care if we do it Tuesday at 5 a.m. I mean, I don't like getting up early, but for fast track, I sure will. So whatever time we can all figure out. I was just thinking 8:45 right before the team call, because that way we're already in the mode, and it kind of forces us to get on the team call too, which is super important. So these are the questions I'm going to ask, and every single person will round table. You're going to fire away and you're going to answer these questions. How many people did you add to your network? How many people did you invite to a challenge group? How many people did you present the business to? So not inviting to the coach opportunity, but how many people did you actually invite to an event, have a phone call with, have coffee with, set up a call with? So actually presenting, not just saying, hey, you'd be a great coach, because those are few and far between, because you're looking for your rock stars. You're looking for people that you would want to take vacations with, that you actually want to work with. These are not just like any old peeps. How many people are you doing follow-ups with? This is huge, and where I always struggle. I'm the worst at doing follow-ups, but that's where 99% of my people come from. So I got to be better about that, and I will be. Rate your activity scale on 1 to 10. And if your team of coaches did what you did this week, would you be successful? That one is huge. And I always think to myself, and I will talk about this on the team call later tonight, if you think about, there's a ton of coach opportunities out there. There's a ton of coaches that you could go with. If you were jumping into this opportunity and you weren't already in it, or you weren't already in a challenge group, you weren't on VIP, and you were looking at yourself as a coach, would you choose yourself, or would you choose somebody else? With the level of effort and the level of consistency and the level of passion that you put into this, would you choose yourself? Because that's where you want to be. You have to say, you know what? I know I'm the very best coach. I know I'm the very best option. I know I will take care of my people. And if you don't feel like you can say that at the end of every week, then you're not where you want to be. But we're going to get there. Okay, determining your why. I'm going to show you this quickly. If you didn't get this from me in a text message, then you need to shoot me a text message and say, I didn't get my determine your why, so I can send it to you. And I want you to send that back to me. And you can email it to me, you can text it to me, but I want you to print it off and I want you to have it, because that is what helps you to keep going. It's just like your vision board and just like your why. It helps you to keep going when you want to be lazy. And I always say that too, like when you get like Sunday nights, if I didn't have a team call, I'd want to just veg out on the TV. And if I wasn't always leading the team calls or in charge of putting them on, it would be much more likely for me to veg on the TV. But I have a big fat vision board and I don't want to cross anything off because I'd rather watch Real Housewives. So you've got to have that, what's going to push you to keep going when you want to be lazy or when you're tired or where somebody tells you no and it like stings because you're like, I know I can change your life, just let me. And that's going to happen, but you have to be okay with that. And you have to know they're going to come around when they're ready, and that's okay too. You have to be consistent though, because when they're ready, if you're not consistent and you haven't been showing up, they are going to choose another coach because they're going to choose somebody who they feel they can trust. And that's the most important thing. This 6 weeks is about building a foundation and about building something that your business can grow off of. I'm super pumped. I'm so excited. Obviously, you can tell I'm talking like 1,000 miles a minute, but I want to make sure I have time for questions. And I want you to develop. Lastly, before I open it up, if you were at Summit, I already have this from you. So I already have it from Laura, and I already have it from Nikki and Kayla. It's called your I am video. So your I am video is just you. Bye-bye, Laura Jean. I'll see you at 8:45 next week. Yes, she's going to do her fast track call with her team, but she wanted to jump on this one first. So I am video, what it means is by the end of this year, so December, before we hit 2018, what you will be saying in your video is whatever you would like to be. So whether it is, so Nikki, I'm going to have you share your I am because I told you I was going to make you beat it into the ground. And she's going to give you an example of what your video should look like. And you're going to take that video and you're going to send it to me, because every time you start slacking and you are doing things that you told me that you didn't want to do, I'm going to send you this video so that you have it and you can say, you know what, that's right. I set goals and I'm going to show up. Okay, so Nikki, unmute yourself and tell us your I am.
Well, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So my I ams is I am going to be a 2-star diamond coach. I am going to be me on social media. And I am going to be the product of the product.
So good.
I'm excited.
Yes. Okay, good. So, and I want you guys to know for our team, so for our tiny corner of VIP, as you know, VIP is super big. So this is our tiny corner of VIP, and this is our tinier corner of Fast Track VIP. So I'm really, really excited. This is a really close group. But what I want you to know is my goal for our team for the end of this year. So in 2016, we ended the year, we were top 200. We were ranked a number 160 out of the entire network, and we were an elite team. This year, I definitely want to make sure that we hit elite again. We are currently ranked in the top 50. We've been in the top 50 all year, but I want to make sure that we end in the top 25. And I want to make sure that we are super strong in what we're doing. So I want us to be an 8-star team. And that's between 2 business centers. So I've got 2 business centers. Some of you are in the first, some of you are in the second. It doesn't matter, together we're all the same team. But I just want you to know where we are going as a team. And I cannot do it if everyone's not on board. Like I can't say, oh, I want to be elite by myself. You guys that were on this team at the end of last year, you know that. Like it took everybody pushing for us to end where we ended last year. And the same thing is true of this year. So I want you guys to know that's my I am. And I will do everything in my power to help you, support you, and help hold you accountable to what you want to accomplish, because it helps you so much to reach the goals you're determined to reach. So I'm going to open it up for questions. Let me know. I know that was a lot of information that I just dumped on you, and then we'll go from there. You can unmute yourself if you have a question.
Okay, I'll go first. I just want to clarify. So we're going to be meeting for 15 minutes, 8:45 on Sundays. And then we're starting Fast Track tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay. All right, great.
I'll create our message thread tonight. And if you were on this call and you're like, no, that sounds terrible, that's okay. Just let me know and I won't put you in the message thread because I definitely don't. I don't want to push you where you don't want to go. That is like my biggest priority. But if you know that you want to do big things, but you're kind of like, I don't know how to get there, then I want to be that person who can get you there. But I certainly don't want to be like cattle prodding you and you're like, get off my back, Jay. That's not cool either. Any other questions, comments, concerns? Yes. Yes, Grace White.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why it says that. It's my computer, so. Is there a particular tracker that you want us to use or anything like that?
Thank you for bringing that up. What a perfect segue. So we have used several trackers in the past, but we have recently streamed it down to 2. So we just had this one made. We got this from Leadership when we were at Summit. We went to a leadership event, and we took this tracker and we kind of, maybe I can find it. And we kind of changed it up just a tiny bit. Here we go. So this is called Win the Week. So we have 2 trackers. They're both on the drive. Here we go. Maybe this will let me show. I'll show it to you in the drive so that you can see where it is. So if you've not used VIP Drive yet, don't worry. There's a link to VIP Drive in the Team VIP Facebook. And the whole drive, we just cleaned it out. It's super simple. Everything you need to know about anything is in here. So your FAQs, what to do with a new coach, how to overcome objections, everything. Won't go over that, but that's all in there for you. Trackers is where you want to go. We have streamlined it to 2. So we used to have like 11 billion and it was too stressful for me. So for people that like to track by the week, like you like to see what's happening in your week, we have this larger one that is a full week. So it's your healthy meals that you're getting in. It's your workouts. It's your Shakeology. So making sure you take care of yourself first. That is the most important part of being a coach. You have got to be on your A game. You can't help anybody else. Who you're talking to with your friend requests, adding to network. This can be Instagram, Facebook, whatever melts your butter. Invites, whether they are coaching opportunity, they are to a challenge group. And then Success Club points that you have, your personal development, it's all on there. And then the other option is one that we used to use. That one is if you prefer to track per day, and it's in an Excel sheet. It's in that tracker item too, and then you can fill out your 3 people that you're adding. It's kind of it's per day instead of per week. So whatever works better for your brain. We have 2 options, and we only have those 2. If you want to create your own, go on with your bad self for sure. But we wanted it to be streamlined because sometimes if there's too many options, it's just chaos. Next question. Comment or concern?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just took on a huge role at work, and so I've been kind of like not really following up and inviting as many people as I should, but I like really need this and like I want to do this. So I'm excited but nervous.
Good. That's literally the reason I put these things together is whenever I know that I'm going to struggle, because I am swamped at work, swamped. As you guys know, I teach at the university full-time too. So I feel your pain, Mallory. And I try to like fit it. I have my kids every day except for Monday and Wednesday. And Monday and Wednesdays are like my day to get life done. And having the full-time job, I think that I think I can get more done in a short period of time than I can. So I'm always like, ah! But that's why we're going to be doing this, because a period of imbalance will be so worth it. We just have to get through that period.
No, I know. I'm excited. I just wanted to let you know, but I'm going to be here because y'all are all here.
I love it. Good. So if you don't have questions, I want you to pop in and I want you to tell me why you want to do Fast Track, or what you feel you need from it, what you feel like would help you the most to make it through the 6 weeks. Because if you're brand new, so for Cassie and Yvonne, I know you're like, whoa, I don't even know what I'm doing, much less going on 6 weeks. I will tell you, starting your business this way will help you so much in the long run, because then it becomes habit. But when you start your business the other way and you're kind of like dabbling and you're like a little bit here, a little bit there, it's very hard to pick up the pace. And that's what this is for, is to help you pick up the pace if maybe you haven't already. But I want to know from you, what would help you? Why are you motivated to do it? Where do you feel like you struggle the most, so that we can be successful?
I'll start. Well, exactly like you said, I mean, I've been a coach for a few months, but I feel like I kind of just dabble and not really really focused, and having this accountability, I think, is really going to help that. It's the same thing with the challenge groups, having that to check into, and for everything else, the same kind of thing with the business side. And so I'm really excited.
Good. Tell Chase he has a lot to do in 6 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. As I'm meal prepping while I'm
multitasking at its finest. Okay, Kelly, tell me how you're going to prevent yourself from starting and stopping.
Like all the other times.
Maybe.
No, that's what I want to do this group for, so that I have, I feel like everybody's, we're at different points still, but everybody's working towards the same goal. And I think if I have a smaller group of people that are able to help me, to push me, and to keep me accountable, kind of like a small challenge group, I guess this is kind of how I'm going to treat it. It will help me to do better with that.
Totally. And I feel like, you have to treat your business like it's your health and fitness journey, because, you're not perfect with your health and fitness journey, but that if you have a bad day and you go off the wagon and you have 12 cupcakes, is it perfect? No. Is it going to ruin your results? No. But if you take that day of 12 cupcakes and you roll it into 5 days of junk, then you're tapping into some damage. But one day is when we tend to get so down on ourselves, like, oh, I didn't do what I needed to do, so I'm just going to give up for the whole week. And then there goes the month, and we just have to treat it like it's our health and fitness journey, because it parallels so ridiculously similar. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress every day, and it's about celebrating the small wins and not getting discouraged when something doesn't go your way. Like, how often do you have challengers in your group who send you a before and after picture and are like, I totally didn't even lose weight? And then you look at their pictures and you're like, are you looking at the same pictures I'm looking at? Like, you just have to look at it from a different angle, and then you put their pictures side by side for them, and they're like, oh my God, I look incredible. But it's just because you get so caught up in your own journey that you don't see it. And it's the same way with your business. Whitney, what's your plan? Yeah, I see you, baby mama.
I should get back on track, and it'll help me get into my new schedule too. It's going to push me to figure it out instead of being like, oh, I'll worry about it tomorrow.
Yes. Amanda?
First of all, I'm excited my webcam is actually working. Yay! But for sure, I kind of want to get into a really good groove right before the hustle and bustle of school starts up again, and keep myself accountable on tracking, because I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I will start a tracker and I'll get really good, and then I'll switch to a spiral and that looks great, and then I'm lost. And then I'm just like, okay, tomorrow it'll happen, or, oh, nope, I'm going to wait until Wednesday. Wednesday's the day, and then it does it. And so I get caught up in my own mess. So I think this is going to be really helpful in just kind of keeping me zoned in, smaller focus, same goal, just better each day.
Yes. I'm going to start Wednesday, for sure, Wednesday.
I know, it's terrible.
I have done that. Okay, Kayla.
I really need the accountability, because sometimes I feel like I'm really good at posting stuff and being consistent with posting, but then I'm not consistent with all the other stuff with the tracker. So it's like, I'm trying to establish like what's really more important, getting people engaged or messaging them privately, because I feel like when I'm excelling in one area, I'm failing in the other area. And it kind of starts eating at me. And I'm like, well, I'm doing all these great posts, but I'm not getting challengers, I'm inviting them consistently. And sometimes I'm not following up consistently. I definitely need the accountability. And I really, really struggle with new people, like starting conversations with them and then kind of like changing the subject to like asking if they're on a fitness journey. A lot of my conversations are just kind of like duds. So I need to work on that, and I don't really know.
When you have those situations, like that's something we can work on as a group, because that's something that everybody struggles with, and you have to be natural and genuine, or it's like, ugh, weird. Like you can't, that never works. And the more genuine and honest you can be with what you put out on social media, the easier it becomes to have a conversation, because then when you message somebody, whether it's talking about whatever or you're inviting them to something, they feel like they already know who you are, versus if they feel like you're kind of this phony person on social media and then you message them, they're like, ew, you're weird, you're trying to sell me something, instead of like, I just want to change your life, please let me. But if they don't feel like they can trust you and they don't know who you are, then you won't get that opportunity. Okay, Yvonne, I know you're brand new, but tell me what you're most excited about. And just so you guys know, she's already had an incredible transformation on her own. She's running her own boot camp on her own, and she's about to start her first challenge group prep week tomorrow. So she is a brand spanking new, but she's already worked so hard.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me okay? Okay, I wasn't sure. I guess, yeah, I mean, it's all still new to me, so I'm still a little bit, trying to read everything and figure everything out and where to start. But I'm just excited just to get started and get people. I mean, I've already got a few ladies who work out with me, and they're excited. They're like, one of them is like, I'll start a challenge with you whenever you start one. She's under, I think, another coach right now, but she's wanting to come under me. And then there's another one who she's, just let me know when you're going to get started, and I'll follow you. And she's the one that wants, she's like, later on down the line, I want to be a fit coach too. So we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. I'm just right now just trying to figure out where to start.
Don't worry, I got you. Don't be overwhelmed, but you're going to be incredible. She's like the cutest thing ever. You guys are going to love her. Okay, last but not least, Cassie, who she just finished week 2, and she is week 1 of Shift Shop in. She's about to start week 2 of Shift Shop, and she's doing all sorts of workouts on Bosch. She also teaches water aerobics, and she's just a fabulous human being, but she is brand spanking too. So tell me what you're excited about.
I think just kind of learning all of this stuff, because literally I signed up like 8 hours ago.
Yeah.
So,
and look, she's just like, yes, put me in it, whatever, let's go.
Yes, exactly. So I think I'm just kind of soaking it all in right now.
Yes. Okay, good. Well, I'm super pumped. Any other questions before we jump off of this? What to expect, what to do, what you need to be doing tomorrow? Not you and Cassie and Yvonne.
I had a question. Can you go back to that, not the determine your why, but like the list of things? Because I had a question on one of our daily to-do tasks.
Yes. If I could share my screen more officially, that would be helpful. But
and this is on, where is this located?
So I'll send it to you guys. It's on the drive, but it's not on Team VIP. It's like not open. So, okay, here's the expectations. Which one do you have questions?
Never mind. I think it was like how to like present the business to people, like just more in person or through Zoom or a phone call.
So, okay, that's perfect. And let me tell you this. The more people hear your voice, see your face, and feel your enthusiasm, the better. If you live close enough to them to meet up, I say that's awesome, but I would only do that if you feel like, they're pretty serious about doing it, because you also want to be valuable of your time. But I would say phone calls are great. Zoom, FaceTime chats like this are great, because they can feel your excitement, and you can just answer questions better when it's on more of a personal face-to-face level, or at least a phone call level. But I also try to always have them go through an event or a video prior to getting on the phone, because I feel like when you get into coaching, you don't even know what to ask, because you don't know what you don't know. But like we just did that live event on Thursday that had the videos from a bunch of coaches. That way it kind of gives different perspectives, different personalities,
Okay.
different perspectives. So I will say, hey, I'm going to plug you in here. I want you to check this out. Let me know once you've watched it. We'll set up a time to chat and I'll answer questions. Sometimes they're ready to go after that. They feel good. Maybe they've already been in challenge group. Maybe you already know them. You've already had conversations. Then they might be ready to go, and you can wait until you have their get started right call to have that good interaction. Sometimes they're brand new and they don't know anything, or they have a ton of questions. Great. Get them on the phone, get them on a FaceTime, and that way you can answer. But I always send them a video, an event, something first, because it's kind of hard to know what to ask, and you don't want them to feel like, nor do you want a verbal diarrhea what it means to be a coach, because like that's just hard on you. Understand it.
What do you mean by a video? So I've added people to live events, but not a video.
So I have got a video. I will send it to you, and it's just like a 7 or 8 minute video that I made, and it's basically my coach story. This is why I became a coach.
Oh, I think I've seen it.
What I do. Most of the time I send them, I plug them into an event just so they can see several different people, different personalities. It's better for learning if you hear it like different audibles, but
perfect.
Anything to just have them be able to understand, like, okay, I kind of understand, here are my questions, or because if not, then it just ends up you like talk, and then they, it's hard.
Perfect.
Any other questions? Does everybody feel good about tomorrow? Okay, so if you have determining your why, if you didn't answer those questions, do that now. I wanted us to have a pocket of time in between now and the team call to kind of wrap your brain around what you're doing. So I want you to pick your tracker. So you've got the Win the Week or the VIP tracker. I'm going to create the message thread now, and I will put those expectations with links to the tracker in it, so that you can figure out which one works better for you. If you want to edit it or change it in any way to fit you, totally great, but get it together today so that it's ready for you tomorrow and you can hit the ground running. And then if I don't have your I am video, I want you to take that and I want you to send it to me. So it can be anything. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. It can be, I am a successful coach helping 5 people a month. It can be, I am making X amount of dollars per month, per week, whatever it is, wherever you want to be, and you will be by the end of this year. So it can be rank, it could be money, it could be physical, it could be health, whatever it is that you want to achieve. So send that to me tonight. You're determine your why, have that filled out, and then pick your tracker. And then 9 p.m. team call. If you're not getting on the team call, recording will be posted in VIP tomorrow. Good? Excited? Okay, team. We're about to blow it up. We're about to blow it up. I'll be excited for all of us. It's fine. Okay, toodles.